Hi everybody, welcome back to the studio. Today I'm going to be bringing you another hip workout followed by a deep muscular stretch. So today's session is really going to be focusing on training the core of the body. So we're going to be training those abdominal muscles, the back muscles, which include your rectus spinae, your latissimus dorsi, and then we're going to be going into another deep muscular stretch. So the hip workout for the core is going to be split up into two sections. The first section is really going to be focusing on doing some crunching to really warm up your abdominals. And then we're going to go into a bit of a HIIT training exercise where there'll just be 2 rounds of intense training for those abdominals and back muscles. So we'll go through all of that and then I will bring you a nice deep muscular stretch for your upper body. So that's going to include your core, your back and your arms and your neck. So as per usual, just follow my instruction, follow the video and enjoy yourselves a good workout.
So we're going to begin by laying on the floor, knees up and ensuring our lower back stays in contact with the floor whilst keeping our head and shoulders lifted. Our crunch sequence is going to begin with knee taps. So really crunching up towards those knees, ensuring the abdominal muscles stay absolutely engaged throughout this whole sequence. We have 16 reps here before moving on, taking those knees out to the side, soles of the feet together and crunching through the center. 16 reps here. Knees up, ensuring that our feet stay in line with the knees and do not drop below the knee line. Again, keeping those shoulders off the floor, crunching forward, allowing those abdominal muscles to really start to feel the engagement now. Into our knee twists. You can use the hands either side of the body on the floor to help support and balance the body whilst the knees twist either side. Dropping those knees as low as possible from one side to the other. And our last exercise of the round will only be 8 reps of leg raises. Trying to keep the shoulders and the head off the floor if we can, ensuring our feet don't touch the floor, but are still going as low as possible before driving back up. Last rep before we go back into the beginning sequence. 16 reps back into those knee taps. 1 round done, we've got 2 to go now. Let's push through, ensuring those abdominal muscles stay really engaged. Out to the side, feet together, crunching forward. Good, keep pushing. And now the next one's knees up, ensuring the feet are in line with the knees. Keep crunching forward. Really trying to keep those shoulders off the floor, keeping that lower back in contact with the floor. Ensuring the best activation for those abs. Knee twists, side to side. You should feel the burn now starting to come on through those abs. And remember, the last exercise is our leg raises. 8 reps, let's go. 1, 2, 3, halfway, 4, 4 more, 4, 3, 2, last one, keep those legs nice and straight, 1, good, last round, really engaging those abs, making sure they don't relax, knee taps all the way forward. Next 16 with the knees to the side, soles of the feet together. Again, crunching forward. Next one, we're going to have our knees up. Knees up, 16 reps here. Come on, feel that burn and push through. Keep pushing that lower back into the floor. Crunching forward. Very good activation, this exercise. knees to the side. The combination of all these exercises together actually targets all the abs, upper, middle and lower. So it's a very good burnout. And our last exercise, knees up for those last leg raises. 8 reps. Burn through. 6, 5, keep those legs nice and straight. 4, 3, keep your core strong. 2, 1 last rep, and we come all the way up. Good. Now we need to really stretch out all of that core. Up into your cobra position, really stretching out those abdominal muscles. Take the head back if you need to. Second part, let's go into those toe taps. Again, applying the same technique, keeping the abs engaged, shoulders and head off the floor, lower back into the floor, really reaching as far down either side as you can to tap those feet. Great one for the external and internal obliques here. And then we come up and lay onto our front for our chest lifts. You really want to push the lower back into the floor and lift as high as you can with your chest, keeping those elbows pinned back. Good. Up into our plank position for our hip dips, ensuring shoulders stay over the elbows, and we're really dropping either side, those hips into the floor, making sure our glutes stay down though. We want to maintain that streamlined position of the body. Again, another really good one for combating any love handles, training the waist in, and also working those internal and external obliques. Up into our side plank now. Really lifting as high as you can from the center of the body, making sure that the body stays upright, ensuring the elbow is underneath the shoulder, and maintaining a streamlined position again. So making sure everything is in a straight vertical line will make sure that your balance is correct. Last few seconds here before we turn over, and we repeat on the opposite side, lifting up as much as you can from the hip so the body stays elevated, keeping that top arm up and extended, really pulling up through that hip, keeping a steady, strong balance here, guys. Keep those muscles engaged through the core. Good. Round 1 down. Brilliant job, guys. Again, back to the beginning, into those toe taps. Try and remember the tips and tricks so we are using the correct alignment, the correct technique in order to achieve the best muscle activation. Keep reaching as much as you can, twisting into either side as much as possible. All the way up and over, laying onto our fronts for our chest lifts. Elbows pinned back, driving those glutes and hips into the floor, and really lifting the chest as high as possible. This is a great exercise for really strengthening those lower back muscles. Make sure you're having a steady use of breath throughout each rep. All the way up into your plank position for those hip dips. Really twisting from one side to the other, ensuring that everything is correctly aligned. Head forward over the hands, shoulders over the elbows. Dropping your weight from one side to the other. Keeping that core tight. Last few reps here before we go into our side planks. And turning over, lifting the weights all the way up, using the top hand to balance, keeping us nice and straight, pulling all the way up from the hip, holding tightly through that core to help us stay up. Keep breathing, keep pushing through, and exchange over. Lifting all the way up. Good, keep raising those hips as much as you can up towards the ceiling. It's going to help you stay lifted, it's going to help you stay strong, it's going to help you stay balanced. Keep breathing. And you are done. Well done. You've just pushed through a very good core activating exercise round. Stretching out those abs. Really elongating those core muscles. Through the front. And push back all the way into your child's pose, dropping those glutes down onto the heels, dropping the head down onto the mat and reaching forward with those arms. Good. Now you're done, we need to get into that deep body stretch, bringing the heart rate back down to resting, really lengthening those muscles we've just worked and increasing the range of movement about the muscles and the joints. So remembering the correct alignment and just focusing on breathing now. So really relaxing the body, taking those long deep breaths, inhaling as we reach up, exhaling as we reach down, bending at the knees as well. Inhale all the way up, exhale as you reach down, all the way to the floor, leading with the head. Take the feet further out over hip width apart. Maintain the weight placement in the front of your feet and your toes, not back in your heels, and just swing the body weight from right to left, hinging forward at the hips, just relaxing out that upper body there. And we're going to go into some gentle bend and stretch movement as you bring the body up. Again, taking those feet out over shoulder width apart, arms out at shoulder height, isolating the rib cage and reaching all the way over with that left arm. Relaxing the head over, pulling back from that top arm and forward into your flat back. All the way over your right leg. You want to make sure you're reaching out as much as you can with both arms to really extend all of those back muscles. Lift up and back, taking chest to the ceiling, opening up that chest cavity before relaxing all the way down the right leg. To get that extended stretch all the way down the hamstring, take the weight placement to the center of the body and gently roll up. Always head to be the last part of the body to rise. Arms back out and back into your rib isolations. Just stretching out that core from one side to the other before now reaching the right arm all the way up and over, relaxing that head, pulling back from the top arm, reaching up and over into your flat back now. Both arms straight and extended for your tabletop flat back position here. Lifting up, inhale as you reach your chest to the ceiling, all the way back for your back bend. Reach up and then exhale as you relax down the leg. Having your hamstring stretch now all the way through the opposite leg. Taking your hands back round to the center of the body and rolling all the way up. Just roll out those shoulders. Relax your muscles and all the way forward. Good. Now you're going to roll all the way down, chin to chest. Weight forward in the toes, walk the hands out, bring the knees to the floor and push back into your child's pose. Reaching as far forward as you can with those hands, glutes back over the heels and pulling down the muscles in the back all the way towards the glutes. So you can feel that stretch of the muscles being elongated. Push through, up into your cobra stretch. Hands in line with the shoulders, taking the head to the ceiling, and then chin to chest. Keep pushing those glutes and hips into the floor in order to get the lower back stretch and a stretch of the abdominals. Now a little stretch of the head whilst we're in this position, taking the head as far over either shoulder as you can, making sure you're really lifting out of those shoulders before pushing back into a child's pose with the knees apart so we can open up the hips as well in this position. Making sure we're really relaxing into these stretches through deep breaths of inspiration and expiration of a steady breath flow. Good. Now you want to take the left arm and thread it through and underneath the right, keeping both arms straight and extended so you can stretch out that shoulder joint. Should feel a nice stretch all the way around the exterior point of the left shoulder there, before taking that arm back up, exchanging over and threading the right arm through and underneath the left. Keep the head nice and relaxed. And again, now you should feel the stretch all the way around the exterior point of the right shoulder. Take both arms back to the center. And then walk your hands all the way round to the left-hand side of your body. Now you should feel this stretch all the way through the right-hand side of the body, reaching from the shoulder joints all the way down to the hip. Push all your weight through that hip so you can really increase that stretch. And then slowly walk the hands round all the way to the opposite side, pushing your weight through that hip all the way through the other side of the body so you can gain the stretch all the way down the other side. Hands back to the center. Slowly rolling up through the spine, one vertebra at a time, shoulders and then head to be the last part of the body to come up. Good. Keeping our glutes on top of our heels, we're going to stretch all the way over, keeping that back arm lifted and back so we're not contracting or falling through the center of our chest. We want to keep everything stretched, elongated and lifted. Fall all the way round, flowing through to the opposite side. Again, maintaining that both glutes stay seated on top of those heels, lifting that back arm, stretching all the way through the side of the body before lifting all the way back up to the center. Now we're going to be stretching those arms all the way forward, contracting through the center of the core, sucking the belly button into the spine, yet reaching forward with the hands. So you can get a really good stretch around the top of the back. And now we're going to reverse that stretch. Interlace those fingers, push down, two straight arms, so you can get a fantastic stretch all the way through the interior point of that shoulder, opening up the chest, really pushing back and down from the shoulders, the arms, the lats, the traps, really opening up and stretching all of that muscle group. Coming onto our feet now, taking our hand all the way over and pushing the right arm into the floor through a flexed hand and swapping over the other side. So we can get that increased stretch, not just through the neck, but through flexing that palm, we really extend the stretch through the shoulder as well. Maintaining our correct alignment, we're going to finish by taking some gentle movements and releases of the entire body now. So just circling that head round before also circling through the upper body and the shoulders as well. And then a full circle of the entire body, dropping the head to the floor, taking the whole body around, allowing our limbs to fall wherever they need to do so in order to release. Recorrect our alignment before repeating on the opposite side, starting with those circular movements of the head, releasing all of our tension, and now through round to the shoulders and the upper body. All of those muscles that we've just stretched out, giving them that final release they need. And all the way round to the floor now, allowing our limbs to fall naturally wherever they do so through these larger circular movements. And our last one here, relaxing over at the bottom, hinging forward at those hips, weight in the toes, and just relax forward, walk those feet in together, bend the knees, gently roll up all the way through the body, and you're done. Well done, guys. Another workout complete. We've worked the core and we've stretched our upper body as well.